Baba Buhari left a debt of 97 trillion naira nígbà tí wọ́n lọ, out of which $46 billion is external. So nígbà tí President Tinubu dé, wọ́n find out pé ways and means, kí là ń pè ní ways and means? Ways and means lówó tíjọba yá lọ́wọ́ Central Bank. Ìjọba ní opportunity láti yáwó lọ́dọ̀ Central Bank torí pé Central Bank máa ń keep owó on behalf of àwọn banks tó jẹ́ pé ó ti ní certain percentage tó máa wà lọ́dọ̀ wọn permanently. So ìjọba máa ń yáwó lọ́dọ̀ Central Bank. So gbogbo owó tíjọba yá lọ́dọ̀ Central Bank as at the time tí Baba Buhari lọ, it was valued at 22.5 trillion naira. So this figure was not added to Nigeria total debt. When President Tinubu came, they rebased or what is the word? After real gbèsè tí Nigeria jẹ. So this 22.5 trillion was added to 97 trillion. If you do your math, it will give you around 119.5 trillion naira. And also, nígbà tí President Tinubu dé, wọ́n revaluate dollars, wọ́n devalue dollar. How much was a dollar? Nígbà tí Baba Buhari wọ̀ ọ́nbẹ̀, it was around 700 naira to $1. But when President Tinubu dé, ó di 1,500. So by the time you factor down 1 2, ó jẹ́ kí external debt tiwa tó wà ní 46 billion, ó jẹ́ kó di around $52 billion. These are the things tó jẹ́ pé some mischievous people, ẹlòmíì ignorantly, ẹlòmíì they were just being mischievous by saying lẹ́nu ìgbà tí Tinubu dé, gbèsè tó ti jẹ, ó ti ju gbogbo gbèsè tí Baba Buhari jẹ ní 8 years lọ. That might not be true as far as the figure is concerned. So tẹ́ bá had the 22.5 trillion pẹ̀lú the difference of this devaluation, that one on their own, wọ́n ti kọ́kọ́ sweet up debt yìí tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé this debt you cannot attribute it to this present government. So what I'm saying in essence ni pé even as at that, àti devaluation àti ways and means, gbogbo owó tí Nàìjíríà jẹ now on record is around 159 trillion naira. So if you compare this one with some African country, àwọn tó jẹ́ ìrọ̀ Nàìjíríà àbáwọn tí Nàìjíríà jù lọ. For example, nísìnyí Egypt, gbogbo owó tí Egypt jẹ in terms of external debt ti Egypt is around $161 billion, while Nigeria is around 52. Egypt is owing $161 billion. And the total debt, gbogbo gbèsè tí Egypt jẹ, tó bá put everything together, is around $330 billion. If you compare it with South Africa has a budget of 221 trillion, while Nigeria has a budget of 68 trillion. South Africa has a population less than 60 million people, while Nigeria has more than 240 million people. You can imagine a country tó ní 221 trillion budget pẹ̀lú ẹni tó ní 68 trillion budget. Irú life wo lo expect kó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bẹ̀? Even South Africa tí owó wọn pọ̀ tó báyìí gan, in terms of debt, gbogbo gbèsè tí South Africa náà jẹ in dollars is around $400 billion. What we are trying to say here is this: there is no nation, save Gulf country, tó lè operate without borrowing. The almighty America, tí gbogbo èèyàn rò pé àwọn ni best gan, America government owes a debt of $39 trillion, and they are servicing their debt with over $1 trillion. So the emphasis is not supposed to be on Nigeria is borrowing or why are we borrowing. I think the argument should be killing nǹkan tá à ń fowó tá à ń yá yìí ṣe, àti pé ṣé n tá à ń fowó yìí ṣe tó wà proportionate sí owó tá à ń yá. I think that one can take us somewhere rather than kákan wá dúró lórí pé wọ́n ti fi gbogbo wa jẹ gbèsè o, wọ́n ti fi gbogbo àrọ́mọdọ́mọ wa jẹ gbèsè o. And tẹ́ ẹ bá tún wo ability to pay pẹ̀lú all index tẹ́yẹ̀ máa fi ń wò. Before President Tinubu came on board, Nigeria was servicing its debt servicing ratio, that is revenue to debt rate in Nigeria when President Buhari left was 97%. But now it's within 66 to 72%. Meaning that before Tinubu came on board, every 100 naira tí Nigeria bá pa, 97 naira la fi ń san interest on loan. But now, for every 100 naira tá a bá pa, 66 naira to 72 naira la fi ń san interest on loan. Lè tó túmọ̀ sí pé revenue wa ti improve and interest tá à ń san lórí debt náà òun náà dẹ̀ ti reduce. So the way forward ni pé owó tá à ń yá gangan kọ́ ni issue. For example, in Egypt, their own debt service ratio to debt is around 58%. If Nigeria too can bring its own down to 50 to 45%, so the issue of borrowing will no longer be a problem. The problem is just that our ability to pay or nǹkan tá à ń fi owó yìí ṣe so ní economic value so ń give back to the society. I think that is the line tó yẹ kí gbogbo wa tó, that is the line tó yẹ kí argument wa wà focus lé lórí. Our ability to pay báwo ló ṣe strong tó, then nǹkan tá à ń fowó yìí ṣe so ń give back sí society.